Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome back to my channel. So if you are new here, hi, I'm Kira. This is Kai. He likes to help me out with stuff. Oh my god, I look horrible. I'm still in the process of recovering from my cold. And I look horrible. Ugh, I look horrible. Bless you, Kai. But today, the show must go on. We are going to be doing a makeup and mystery. We are going to be doing the case of Adrianna Hutto. So I really researched this case a lot, and I don't actually have an opinion on if Amanda is guilty or not. Honestly, I want you guys to comment down below and tell me what you guys think, because I don't have an opinion. I really don't, because I don't know. I feel like it's equal on both sides. She could be guilty and she could not be guilty. So let's go ahead and get into the story. So our story today takes place in a little town called Hutto, Florida, and I think that there was 300 people living there. So this is a really small town. The people who live there even say if you blink, you'll miss it. There's nothing to do. So when this case happened, it was kind of a big thing. So Amanda Lewis is the mother. She was a nursing assistant, I believe, and she worked the night shift, and she had two children. She had a 7-year-old named Adrianna Hutto. So Adrianna Hutto is the 7-year-old daughter of Amanda, and then AJ is the 6-year-old son of Amanda. And Adrianna and AJ have two different dads. I kind of feel in this sense Amanda was very Amanda got very prejudiced with this, because I'm gonna actually use this today, because she had two kids close in age that had two different dads, and in small towns like this, they just kind of don't like stuff like that. So I kind of feel that could have been a little prejudice towards her, which kind of sucks. But anyways, on this day in particular, Amanda said that she was coming home from working the night shift and she was really tired. So she was taking a nap on the couch. And the kids wanted to go outside in the pool, but Amanda said, no, we're going to go shopping for some school supplies and groceries, because this day they had planned to go shopping for some school supplies and groceries. So, the story Amanda says is that the kids wanted to go swimming in the pool, but she wasn't going to let them. And something I really want to point out is that Adrianna has a well-known, by everybody, fear of water. So, Amanda says, no, we're not getting in the pool. And then she said AJ came in to her and told her that Adrianna was in the pool. And this is, I think, what really got Amanda in trouble, is because she didn't actually go out and check right away on her daughter, because she said that she just assumed AJ meant that Adrianna was playing around the pool. And then she said she looked outside and noticed AJ was kind of scraping at the water, trying to get Adrianna out, and that's when Amanda went outside to check, and she saw Adrianna was in the pool. And you can actually check out her 911 call. She's very frantic, which I think confuses a lot of people in this case. When she does the 911 call, she's really, really frantic. And it sounds like she's concerned. So the police come and they try to resuscitate Adrianna, but they are unable to. Well, the ambulance comes. And the police are obviously involved because it's a child's death. And it was determined that they thought that they had a open shut case. They thought it was just a, drowning. So, because the theory at the time was that Adrianna had, because they found a wagon at the side of the pool that was filled with water. She had taken the wagon because the pool ladder was locked in the shed. And she had a bucket that they found in a pot that they found in the pool. And the theory was that she was trying to scrape out bugs from the pool. But I kind of find that a little weird, considering the fact that it's a well-known fact that she was afraid of water. So, that was the theory was that she lost her balance and then hit her head, like, went down and, like, head first and hit her head, and that is why she drowned. Although some people don't believe that. They are kind of like, you know, she was 7 and it's only a 4-foot pool, so why didn't she just stand up? But if she hit her head first and had a pre-head injury, I'm pretty sure, like, she would not have been able to stand up if that's really what happened. And even the ER doctor that was working on Adrianna had went in, because at this time that I'm talking about, there was a chance to save Adrianna could live, so the doctor that was working on Adrianna goes and talks to Amanda as Adrianna's mother and explains the situation to her, and the doctor actually did testify and said that all Amanda said was, "Where's the vending machine?" Which was really weird to people of why she would ask that, but it was something that they took note of in the jury trial. So, just 4 hours after the incident, AJ, who was with his step-grandfather, who we called Pa Chuck, I believe. Step-grandfather, as in this man was married to Amanda's mother. He was not Amanda's biological father. He was literally like her stepfather. He had AJ. He had went and gotten AJ, and they actually said that AJ and him were alone for a crucial 45 minutes after it happened. Not to mention, Pa Chuck is the one that actually took AJ home, like, to his house. And then 4 hours later, they take AJ back to the police station because AJ says the very famous words in this case, "Mama dunked my sister." And he repeatedly tells this story to police, and actually, AJ's testimony is what started an investigation. So the police open an investigation in Amanda, and they go to the house, and they said that the house was honestly disgusting. They said that the scent of urine was just so strong it almost would knock you down. But that's not even what really got me. They said that for a 7 and a 6-year-old to be living there, there was no toys. None. And they asked Amanda, like, oh, well, where are the kids' toys? Because obviously, like, I mean, my son is literally 2, almost 2, at the time of this recording. He'll probably be 2 by the time this gets out there, if not very close to it. And he literally has a fucking playroom full of toys. I mean, my Jackson, who is 5 months at the time of this recording, literally has toys that he just holds. He literally has a giant bucket full of toys that he can't even play with yet. So I understand why it's weird that to go into a house that has children living in it and there not being any toys. Amanda said that they had gotten in trouble for not cleaning their room, and she took their toys away, and she had locked them in the shed, and they would get them back within the week. But of course, the police went and checked the shed out, and there were no toys. And they do have evidence photos of this shed because the pool ladder was locked in the shed, so they do have evidence photos of the pool ladder still being in the shed for this case, and there were no toys. So it was kind of like a malnourishment, like she wasn't taking the best care of these children, basically. So she gets arrested for the murder of her daughter because they're starting to think that, okay, AJ's telling the truth, because AJ's even demonstrating it. Something that really gets me is that the police officer that interviewed AJ at first actually does not have formal training in interviewing children. And that really came back to bite them in the butt a little bit, I think, for the prosecution. However, there was a trained CPS worker that came and talked to AJ later that night. And he was very consistent with his story, and even was, like I said, able to show them how she did it. And another thing is that there were actual bruises found on Adrianna. There were actual bruises found on Adrianna's body that found on her face. There were bruises that matched the description of what AJ said his mother had done. So obviously the prosecution doesn't want to traumatize a 6-year-old, at this time 7, because he was 7 when they went to trial, with a trial and having to testify against his own mother. So they offered Amanda a plea deal. They offered her 10 years. Like I said, prosecutors don't usually want to take children into court because it is very, very traumatizing for them. And, like, the mental capacity, like, the ability to understand it is, like, very, very small because they're children. So they offered Amanda a really sweet plea deal. They offered her 10 years in prison if she just would plead guilty. And she said, nope, I'm innocent. I'm going to take it to the jury. So they ended up having to go to trial anyway. So they go to trial, and AJ does testify, and you can actually look up videos of AJ's testimony. It's very, very sad. At first, he doesn't even recognize his mother. And then, like, he's grasping for the prosecutor's hand because he's so scared. At least that's what people say, because he's so scared of his mother, after they say, like, oh, your mom is here, your mom is right there, because obviously Amanda has a right to see her accuser, and AJ is the one that is accusing her of killing her daughter, so she has a right to see. That's literally a right that is in our court system, is you have the right to see your accuser. You have the right to face your accuser. Something else that the prosecution brought up during this trial is that Amanda actually had another child. She was young, and he was a baby. It was a baby boy, and his name was Alex, and he actually died. Amanda said that he was sleeping in the crib, and she went and left the room for a few minutes, and she came back, and he wasn't breathing. It's said at the time that he died of a seizure, but now people think that maybe Amanda had something to do with that after her conviction of killing Adrianna. I think that being brought up in the trial probably really sealed Amanda's fate. Because, I mean, come on, how many people have 2 children die under suspicious circumstances? The prosecution actually did have people come in during the trial and testify, like Amanda's friends and coworkers, that Amanda had a short temper with Adrianna. Adrianna, you know, she had some behavioral issues. She actually went to a behavioral school. And they actually did testify that Amanda was more short with Adrianna than AJ. And AJ didn't have these behavioral issues. And there was even Amanda's coworkers said that Amanda had came in and had said that she was going to kill Adrianna. Which, I think parents say that all the time. Well, not all the time, but in just, like, anger. I think that's just, like, something parents say. They don't actually do it. So I don't really count that as evidence that she killed her daughter, because I feel like every parent has gotten to the breaking point at one point and said it. But just because they said it doesn't mean that they're actually going to go and do it. So I don't think that is evidence that she killed her daughter. I don't know what to think, actually, with this case. But they did have people come in from, like, her job and stuff like that stated this. And another thing that I think is really, really interesting is that AJ's story actually changed. It was not consistent at all through the trial. And that is something that was, honestly, is confused. You can actually watch the trial and you can see he changes his story multiple times. But again, he is 7 years old. But when I was researching this case, I did watch Kendall Ray's video on it, and she actually said that he was very consistent with his story, and if you go back and you watch the trial, he was not consistent at all with his story at all. I will link the videos down below if you are curious, if I remember to go and watch them. I mean, sometimes he said he was in the house, sometimes he was outside of the house, sometimes he said he was in this tree, or he was playing around the tree. But if he was in this tree, the police officers were able to prove that if he was actually in this tree, he would not have had a vantage point of the pool. Amanda ultimately was convicted and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. And AJ was adopted. Some people think that Pa Chuck, remember, he is the step-grandfather of AJ, who comes and gets AJ, who does not like Amanda, actually convinced AJ he groomed AJ to pretty much do this, to get Amanda in prison. And I think that the evidence is pretty strong that he did. But the evidence is also pretty strong that Amanda did this, which is why I don't know what to think. Because some people think she's innocent and some people think she's not. And this child very well could have been groomed to say that. But the thing is that during the trial, he actually, when he's switching up his stories, because he's 7, he's getting confused. Obviously, he's going to switch up his stories. He actually does say that Adrianna was just fishing bugs out of the pool. But I find that a little weird that they said that she's scared of water. I don't know. Could be like a hypertensive thing that a kid did that like just wanted to do. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that social media great stuff. Please tell me down below what you guys think about this case, because I really don't know which way to lean, honestly. I really have no clue. So let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye, guys.